So what is exothermic reaction? So as the name suggests, exo means external, thermic means related to heat. So reactions which gives away the heat in the surrounding, that is called exothermic reaction. There are many examples of exothermic reactions, but for the sake of simplicity, I will consider here the example of condensation. So when the heated water vapor comes into the contact with the cold plate, so basically that heated water vapor transfers its heats into the surrounding, that is cold plate here. Now the cold plate becomes hotter and eventually water vapor cools down, and eventually we see the transition from the gaseous phase to a liquid phase, liquid water. Now you might be wondering, where did the heat in water vapor come from? If you remember well, we had heated the water molecule when it was in liquid phase, so basically it went from liquid phase to gaseous phase, and it did have some energy in the form of potential energy and sometimes kinetic energy. So when they turned from liquid to gaseous state, their intermolecular interaction broke away, and eventually when the time arrived to cool themselves down, they basically give away the heat, and eventually they again form the bond together. Just for an analogy, if we have to stay bonded together, we have to leave our ego behind. So basically you can assume that ego as an energy, as an heat which has been given away by the molecules. And because the energy of initial state is higher than the final state, you will always find delta H or heat of enthalpy to be negative for exothermic reaction. In order to identify an exothermic reaction, you will always find plus heat sign in the right side of the reaction or minus heat sign on the left side of the reaction. But make sure that exothermic reaction is different from exergonic reaction, because in exergonic reaction that delta G gives free energy is negative.